Hey guys, and welcome back to Vapester Girl. Today I have brought along my boyfriend. We both bought new things at the vape shop, so we're going to do a first time review on both of them. We're going to open them up and we're going to show you all that fun stuff. He also got some new juice. He got this apple, Granny's apple, so it's like a sour candy apple. And in mine I am running heavy cream peach, which is a 3, and he has a 6. We will get into this and other stuff later when I do my review. So, well, let's not block in after the review. Okay.
And while she's talking about hers, I'm going to be going ahead and priming one of the coils that I bought for this. Oh.
So, I bought this. It is called the MiPod. It is a salt nic vape. So, here's what it looks like when you open it up. You've got 2 cartridges. So basically, with this, you don't put this juice in a regular vape. You would not put the juice that I have for my little contraption in my big vape. Don't do that. Listen to your vape people and don't do that. So, this is what it looks like, if I can get it out. They're really stuck in there, guys. Okay, so this is what the pod looks like. Where's the camera at? This is my pod. You just fill it up. It's a 2 milliliter pod, but this stuff burns super slow. It takes forever to go through a tank. You're not going to fill it up like you would with the bigger tanks or the TVA or the smock.
And the
it
way
doesn't take as long.
The way you fill those up, there's a little I think there's a little rubber flap on the bottom.
There's a little rubber tab underneath. That's how you fill it. Not all the pods are refillable like this. So talk to your vape people. Ask them which ones they have. I've seen a lot of the Soren. I've seen a lot of the Smock. The new Smock. They look like a shield. Those are also pod. This is just one of the many different pod systems that's on the market right now. I happen to just buy it. I already pre-filled my coil. And so I've been hitting on this for like a day already, so I already know how it works and all of that. I already talked to my vape person. He started me on... This is considered a 30, but it's the equivalent of a 3% nicotine. And this is also like a candy, apple, watermelon-y flavor.
When I tried it, I was like, I have to get something just like that. And even filling this up, I'm smelling this, I'm going, oh God, I cannot wait to try this out.
He's very excited for his juice. Me, I switch out juices all the time, so like new juices aren't really a big thing. For him, he vapes the same juice all the time, so
I am
he
very
actually
picky.
Finds a juice that he likes. That's good. But it's super easy to set up. Literally, what you saw me do is how you set this up, other than filling it up. I didn't fill it up on camera because it's already full, so I wasn't going to do that. There's no button. There is a little tiny button down here. You can put it in stealth mode, so if you're at the movie theater or you don't want it, this little part will light up. If you don't want that to light up, you just hold it until the light clicks. And then it will go into stealth mode. So now when you hit it, this light won't turn on. And then you do it again to turn it back on. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So it's out of stealth mode right now. So when I hit it, it will light up. And this nicotine is meant to hit you a lot faster than it would in a regular tank. So basically what you're doing is you're getting your nicotine fix a little bit faster, and you're not getting the massive clouds that you would get from a bigger tank. So I'm using it for like in the car, when I'm driving, and you know, just it doesn't get hot, because I have issues with my tanks getting hot if I vape on them too much, if I chain vape. So this was a good fit for me to use in the car, just to use around the house if I don't want to do that. But it tastes really good. There's a lot of different flavors. But just ask your vape shop, because a lot of them will have things like the Jewel, the Bow. There's a lot of different ones that you can get. Not all of them are refillable. Not all of them will have a little 30 milliliter juice. You'll just have little pods that you have to keep buying and put in. So I chose this one because I don't have money for that. But
pretty good mouth to lung hitter.
It's a very good mouth to lung hitter if you're trying to get off cigarettes, I would definitely recommend it because it does feel like you're hitting a cigarette. So this is what the other pod looks like, if I can get it out. So my nails are a little janky right now. Don't judge. So this is what it looks like when it's still in the silicone container. You just pop that off, pop the little bud on the bottom off, and fill it up. The coil will last like 5 to 6 tanks, he said, but we'll see. I'll update. I'm on like 2 right now because I've been filling it up like halfway. So I'd say I'm at about 2 tanks actually gone through right now. And that's for a day. A little over 24 hours at this point. I got it yesterday, about 5. So, but that is my MiPod. It does say MiPod at the top, which is kind of cool. And it's just a drag. There's no button. You just... It's a very light pull, too. If you pull it too hard and you try and hit it like a big vape, you're going to cough and it's going to hurt. Don't do it. So now, we're going to see what Cameron's got cooking over here.
So what I went ahead and did is, and she'll tell you, I am not really one for sub-ohm tanks, but this one I've been looking at for a couple of weeks now. It kind of caught my eye, especially because at one point I was thinking about getting the, I've been looking into like mesh tanks. I was looking at the Vandy Vape Mesh RDA and the RTA, but I've been seeing a lot of really good reviews on this. It's the FreeMax FireLuke Mesh sub-ohm tank. And I was lucky. We went to the Vapor Lounge. We're here in Southern California. We went to the Vapor Lounge here in Rancho, and he had basically all but 2 different of the acrylic colors. I don't have anything like this as far as the color. I went with the gunmetal, and that one really caught my eye. I was torn between getting the gold and the stainless steel because this comes with 2 coils already in the same color as the tank. The problem is that any other color of the coils, they're really hard to find apart from the stainless steel. So I was contemplating getting the stainless one, but gunmetal really just caught my eye, so I went ahead with that. It's not going to look too different having one of these stainless coils in it. As she's been talking, I've been over here priming this coil so we don't really have to wait for it yet. So
we can hit it and go.
That's what the tank looks like. It's got sort of a crosshatch. If you can see it there, it's kind of got a crosshatch pattern to it. It's really unique looking. I know they make this in the metal form, also in where the tank and the tip are carbon fiber wrapped, and it's really smooth. I know some people probably would prefer that because I've heard some people don't really like how this finish feels when you put it to your mouth. And then they also have an acrylic form. I've always been big on metal. That's always been me. That's just my personal preference.
For those of you wondering what I'm hitting on, this is the FreeMax by FireLuke. It's just the other tank that they're selling right now. It is a sub-ohm, but it also has an RBA deck, which is really cool. I have a video on it. I just haven't uploaded it yet, so I'll try and get on that.
So this is what comes with the tank when you buy it. You get 1 coil already pre-installed, and then you get an extra coil, and you get another coil. This also, you may or may not be able to see inside, but it is also a mesh coil, same as the one that comes pre-installed in the tank. You get a bag of extra O-rings, and of course your good old extra glass tube. I'll go ahead and break this tank down. So you got the tip that is double O-ringed, and in the top cap, it has got a nice big beefy O-ring up top. Take this off, and the top section is in 2 pieces. This is the first part of it, and then the second part of the top piece is what actually retains the glass. It's what the top of the coil head screws into to create that seal. You got those big kidney openings for your juice. And then it comes apart fairly easily. Just grip the very top of the glass and gently unscrew the airflow control where the base is. And I'm not going to try and take the top section off just because I don't want to risk, you know, it's brand new. I haven't put any juice in it and all. I don't want to worry about ripping the O-ring. But it is the top section is in 2 pieces. And this part, it's very well machined, I have to say. It is really smooth. I wouldn't say it's the smoothest I've ever felt, but I gotta say it is really well machined. This thing looks so clean. I don't even think you don't even need to clean this thing off. You can put your juice straight in and go. Very big props to FreeMax on their machining. So the coil unscrews. You can see the mesh inside there comes with 100% organic cotton. And these coils are 0.15 ohm coils. They vape best between 40 and 90 watts. More than likely, just to be on the safe side, I'll probably be vaping at about 80 watts. Just because I like to play things safe. And here is the bottom section. You got your airflow control. You open it one way. You get equal airflow control on either side. Thanks to and the stop pin is only on one side of it. That's actually interesting. I didn't notice that before. And then there's your 510 pin that does look like it is adjustable. Here's the pre-soaked coil that I've already been letting sit here for about 15 minutes, so we can go ahead and pop this straight on and start right away hitting on it. And this is the juice that I'll be using. It's Granny's apple. It's sort of like a sour apple. To me, it tasted sort of like a green Jolly Rancher almost. It's really good. Gently put the top section back on. Make sure it's nice and snug, but you don't have to crank it. And just fill her up. She holds about 3 mLs of liquid. And you put your top cap back on. Goes on nice and smooth as always. And with these brand new O-rings for the top, I like to give it twisted as I'm putting it on, so that way you don't have to worry about jamming it up. And there, we are ready to vape it. Okay. And we're back up top. So this is my normally daily vape. It's my Dot Mod 24mm RTA. Love this.
RTA.
Love this tank. And here we go. Make sure no resistance registered. Pop this on. Now, as I said, these are rated at a 0.15 for the resistance. So let's go ahead and put it on there. 0.143. So pretty darn right on the money. So.
All right, first impression.
Wow. They say, from everything that I've read, the flavor is really good on these. And I think it's... Maybe if I turn it back down to the right wattage, because I normally vape this on 100 watts. So this needs to go back down to about 80. Started off at about 50 watts.
Always start your coils low, or else you burn them. And you're wasting money.
Wow.
It's still a lot for 50. That's a lot of vapor.
And that green apple, it feels like you're biting really. You really, to use the old saying, tastes like you're really biting into an apple. I really feel like I'm really sucking on a green Jolly Rancher. That's basically to me what it tastes like.
Green Jolly Rancher.
It's sort of like it's a mix between like sucking on a green Jolly Rancher and actually biting into like a green Gala apple almost. This is really good juice, and I am very picky normally.
Yay!
So I'm only starting off at 50 watts, and it still puts out a heck of a lot of vapor for for this little tank. Now that's with the airflow wide open. Let's close it. If I close it off to about halfway. The vapor's a little warmer, definitely a little more flavor to it, and it's an all-around. definitely like the tank. Cons about it, excuse me, pros. There, mostly everything about this is a pro. I love this new, the using mesh instead of a coil. You really do get a lot more vapor out of such a small coil head, and a lot more flavor. Let's see what get her opinion. You like yours. To me, the flavor does seem a little bit muted, but I put that down to the cotton just needing to be broken in. So that could be a subjective con. I know there are some coil heads where you pop them right in and you're good to go right off the bat. This one, I'm thinking it's going to need a little bit of time to prime and thoroughly get soaked in.
They do take some time. This one too.
That's not really too much of a big con for me, though. The only real con that I really could say about it is this one's subjective. If you like your airflow to be a clicker, this is not a clicker. This is a drag style, but it has, for me, just the right amount of drag. It's not really loose, but it's not super tight either. It actually is just the right amount. The only other con that I could think of is it has that very ever so slight overhang between the top and bottom section of the top cap. That may bug some people who are real OCD about certain things, and take it from me, I am. It doesn't really bother me a whole lot. The thing that kind of bothers me is that I notice it if I go around. It's more prominent in like one corner than like the rest of it. So I could just put that down to machining. But speaking of machining, beautiful on this. This is super clean. You don't have to rinse this thing at all. I just put the juice straight in and it comes out great right off the bat.
And sometimes when you get certain tanks, you have to rinse them. There's still oil in the bottom and they're a little gunked. But this one and the Petri that we got both did not need any kind of washing. They both came very, very clean and very, very ready to go. This, you don't gotta clean it. But that is our review on his FreeMax FireLuke mesh. This is the original FreeMax FireLuke that I will have a review up of soon. You can tell the difference. Obviously, that one's a little smaller. This is a 5 milliliter tank with this bubble glass. It came with a second bubble glass that is 6 milliliters. So if you want a bigger tank, this is bigger. But warn you, I'm having a lot of difficulty finding coils for it. Apparently they're back ordered, like way back ordered. So personal preference, I like this. You can order it online. You can get the mesh ones online. Check your local vape shop. They might have it, but I'm not going to guarantee anyone's going to have it because I went to 5 different vape shops and couldn't find coils.
Big shout out to Scott at the Vapor Lounge in Rancho for helping us out, helping me find this really good juice. He's a really smart guy. He knows his stuff. I'll go to him constantly.
And shout out to Smoked Out Vapors in Riverside. Gabe hooked me up with this. I talked to one of his employees. I want to say it's Andrew. I think his name is Andrew. And I went in looking for a coil, got my coil, told him, sell me on this pod. Why should I get the pod? Because I've been dying for a car vape that I could do in the car that won't get hot, that won't vape up my car too much because of where I work. I can't really have like a big cloud coming out of my car when I get out at my lunch period. So this is really good for someone who's wanting to get off cigarettes or someone who just wants something small and compact that you can throw on your keys or in your pocket. It's not going to fire. There's no battery safety. Like, it's an easy, simple mod for someone who's just starting out or someone who just doesn't want to deal with the hassles that come with vaping. There's things you have to learn when you're vape. And if you don't learn them, you can end up literally blowing your face off. So don't do that. Be safe with your vape products. Make sure your batteries are up to date. Make sure they're not worn. If they're torn, take them in and get them rewrapped. It's not that expensive, and most vape shops will do it. Don't let them trick you into buying new batteries. You don't have to buy new batteries when your batteries die unless they're, like, dead. You just rewrap them. Unless you're not using them right. But that's our review. I will put up another review for this hopefully soon. I already did the video, but I might redo it. Yeah, go ahead and comment in the bottom. And hopefully I will get this one some kind of YouTube account because he doesn't have one yet. And he's got a bunch of takes that we could do reviews on.
You can go ahead and follow me. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'll go ahead and put that down below as well, as long as follow her on
My Instagram account. And subscribe to this channel. Click the like button. Comment if you wish. Let us know how we're doing. And vape on. We'll see you guys later.